the years, the Sunny has changed and evolved upmarket, as has the competition. The new model is bigger and heavier than its predecessor, and that reflects an industry trend. People want more substance in their escort-sized cars. It's difficult to find a lot to say about the Sunny. That's not to denigrate it. It's a very good-looking car. It goes well. It's very well engineered and put together, and of course it's got a tremendous reputation for reliability. But it's hardly brimming with character. It's always been their best-selling model in Britain since its introduction over 20 years ago, and over 500,000 examples have been registered so far. And of course, it's one of the world's top-selling cars. Cheap and cheerful, angular little cars with uncomfortable seats designed for small people, distinctly indifferent ride and handling, and a marked propensity to go rusty, they were well equipped for the money, and they were dead reliable. And that wasn't something you could say about the equivalent British cars. What the Sunny and the other early Japanese cars did was to introduce the public to the concept of a zero-defect car that would run without problems for at least 50,000 miles. It wasn't long before the Europeans had to face the reality that this was a powerful marketing tool. The new Sunnys come in a 3-car range. This, the 4-door saloon, a hatchback in 3 and 5 doors, and also a 3-door coupe. Now, under the bonnet are the same engines, 1.4 and 1.6 twin-cam units. They're all 16-valve units, run on unleaded fuel, and there's a catalyst version coming later. Nicely laid out engine compartment, lots of space to get at everything, with the exception of the oil filter that's buried down here. Distinctly European influence on the styling. Like the 300, 200 and Primera models, it's all smooth curves, unlike the angles of the old car. Flush-fitting glass, very aerodynamic body, but one aspect, you get your trousers very dirty getting in and out of the car. I don't know why, but the underside of the Sunny seems to get particularly muddy. It's a big boot. The Japanese claim 440 litres capacity, whatever that is in English. The rear seats fold forward for long loads, and the spare wheel lives under the floor. The hatchback version also has generous load space, although the untrimmed underside of the shelf jars slightly. The jack on both cars is tucked away in a little compartment here, and how on earth you're supposed to get it out on a wet, rainy night, I've no idea. However, with the driver's seat set for someone of my size, there's very little rear legroom, certainly much less than there would be in an Escort, for instance. Looks as though Nissan has sacrificed this space for the generous boot and hatchback area. On the move, you have to say the new Sunny is a far better car than the old model. The handling is good, the ride is quite comfortable, although I still find the steering a bit dead, especially around the straight-ahead position. Gear change, as you'd expect for a Japanese car, is light and very precise, although on one of the Sunnys we drove, there was quite a snatch as you came into second gear. It's not a quiet car either. There's quite a lot of road noise coming back through the structure of the car, and despite the aerodynamics, there's also some wind noise, especially around the mirror area. And there's also quite a lot of engine noise, particularly when you're pressing on through the gears. Brakes are powerful and progressive, and anti-lock brakes are an option on all models. Despite the exotic-sounding specification of the engine with its twin cams and 16 valves, it's not exactly a ball of fire. You describe the performance as being well up to the class standard, but hardly outstanding. The cars tend to be bought by private buyers, often retired people on fixed budgets, so a move up market may threaten some of that traditional customer base. Last year, a public row erupted over the Nissan Primera prices. The British distributor accused the Japanese of pricing it too high. Now the row continues over the Sunny, only this time the Japanese say the UK distributors are charging at least 15% too much. So to sum up, the Nissan Sunny range is well equipped, boot sizes are good in both saloon and hatchback, and it has good handling. Against it, excessive road noise, the rear legroom is hardly generous, and it seems a bit pricey. The 1.4 comes with catalyst, the 1.6 will have one as an option in the future, and of course all versions run on unleaded fuel.